Hey, welcome to the show. I'm the Crypto Kid, and in these videos we take a look at Bitcoin and everything that's going on in the world of cryptocurrencies. Now, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button because we make daily videos keeping you informed with what's going on in the news and everything blockchain related. Now let's jump right in. Check out Bitcoin Cash this morning. As you can see, we're sitting around that $1,800 mark. And not too much has happened. We've slowly dropped a bit, but only about $100 over that 24-hour stretch. And it would seem to me that we are continuing to climb up and down. But the good thing is we haven't had too much decrease. So we'll have to continue to monitor that. And similar to BTC or high fee chain, we've seen not too much action or too much growth, kind of within that range of $7,800 to $7,600 over the 24-hour stretch. But it seems that not too much has been happening. Now, over on the Coin Wars site for mining, you'll notice that BCH has taken that first place seat again, and it's becoming more profitable to mine, at least at the current moment, sitting at about 0.07 on fork LOL. And again, I'll continue to monitor this because it interests me, this upward trend that we are seeing here. How much further this will go, only time can tell. And I will continue to check this out daily. Now, looking at the spread here over the 24 hours, I'll hit that refresh. You'll see that Bitcoin Cash is down about 10% over the 24-hour spread here. But again, not too much has changed, and we are maintaining that level around $1,100 to $1,200. Pretty strong, and similar with BTC, really plateauing there. Not much to say over the last 12 to 24 hours as well. Otherwise, we've got Ethereum really making some pretty strong gains. Ripple's back to that steady, sustainable increase there, and across the board, you're seeing that pretty much everywhere. All other altcoins, in majority, are in this slow corner to lower corner to upper corner upward trend. So if you've been holding a lot of altcoins, this is going to be a good couple days for you over the past 6 or 7 days anyways. So that'll be interesting to watch, because as you can see, we are seeing a bit of a decrease. How much money is coming back into those altcoins, how much more we will see, that's going to be something we'll have to keep watching. Now, there is something else I wanted to mention. The NAGA ICO, or token sale I should say, does kick off in less than 8 hours. If I hit that refresh button, it should be somewhere around 8 hours away now if you're watching the video. And if you wanted to get on board with it, I will leave a link below. Now, I have done a review on this in another video, so if you're interested, please check it out. But just very briefly, it is backed by Roger Ver, founder and CEO of Bitcoin.com, as well as the COO, Mate Toke from Bitcoin.com. And it is a pretty interesting platform, and it does appeal to me because of the real-world ability here to use the actual NAGA token to actually pay for real-world things. Using your NAGA wallet. But it also appeals to, or probably will appeal to you if you're into the stock market or video games. Not only that, but they are a German fintech company that is actually listed currently on the German stock exchange, and they are trading, have been trading since 2005, up 400% above the issued price. So they have really proven themselves in real-world technology and scenarios. And not only that, they're trying to take over and take over with their token and integrating the token into this scenario as well. Now, how they're doing that is twofold. They're using Swipe Stocks, the world's most innovative social network for stock trading. That would appeal to you heavily if you're into trading the stocks. And it's also going to integrate cryptocurrencies into that as well, letting you know what's most profitable or which may be a good idea to invest in. And then there's Switex or Switex. Not sure how to pronounce it, to be honest, but what they're doing is they're actually going to be allowing to trade or creating a trading exchange for virtual goods powered by the blockchain. So most of the things I've seen that they're going to be putting on here are video games and things like that. But what appeals to me is that they're talking about digital goods. So what about maybe Atlant? Would they be able to trade the tokenized real estate platform on this? This is kind of what appeals to me, because they're creating basically an exchange for virtual goods and services, which could grow to something really appealing. And then finally, the NAGA wallet, something that interests me as well, allowing you to store multiple cryptocurrencies and other, looks like even Euro and Canadian funds potentially as well, and then pay for things in the real world. So again, here you kind of see it allows you to break it down with the cryptocurrencies, allowing you to access the financial wallet markets through Swipe Stocks, and looking at virtual goods through Switex, which is their platform as well. And they also integrating educational systems as well, which is really interesting to see. So I'll leave a link to this below in the description box if you're interested. Check it out, something that I will be looking into definitely. And again, that link is for my referral, so if you did sign up, it would be pretty cool if you did use my referral. Much appreciated. So in the news, let's move over to bitcoin.com. This is something that interested me yesterday, and I kind of resonated with myself, so I thought I'd bring it on and share it with you. It was an article called Satoshi Revolution. This is chapter 2. Now, they have done a pretty in-depth article earlier. This one is specifying the white paper breaks your economic chains. Kept kind of breaking it out into how the white paper for Satoshi really changes the way we should think about money. And it's a pretty heavy article. Now, this is actually part 5, but it really goes into depth about what the white paper means and how it really was meant to change the world, or at least the current state of the economy. So if you're interested, check this out. I will leave a link to it. It's pretty long, so give yourself some time to sift through that. And then another article that interests me again is these initial fork offerings, where you are noticing, maybe you've seen Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Gold, now Bitcoin Silver, but now there's something in the news here about another one coming out called Bitcoin or Super Bitcoin. And it's this trend I kind of wanted to talk about briefly this morning, that there is a difference between a forking a chain, and an initial fork offering, or just creating basically an ICO that relies on the fork. And I won't go into it too much, but basically if you think about Bitcoin Cash, okay, Bitcoin Cash forked off of the original chain, and they didn't do it for financial gains, okay? So many people think Bitcoin Cash is just another fork. It really tried to maintain the integrity of the actual white paper, okay? So it forked off to create a purpose. It forked off to create bigger blocks, and that was actually not a financial gain for the people that initiated that change. But many of these, I should call them initial fork offerings, are doing the exact opposite. Okay, so you'll notice with Bitcoin Gold, people still haven't got their gold yet, and even so, wallets are hesitant to support it. And it's because of this pre-fork or pre-mining. You know, they were mining a ton of coins before they would release it, and that, to me, just enhances the creator's wealth exponentially. And that has very little to do with creating a better Bitcoin or creating a better chain, aside from just creating individual wealth. Now, there's an article here that kind of resonates off of that on Cointelegraph. Developers begin turning to hard forks for fundraising rather than ICOs. Now, again, it really just gives them an opportunity to get a step ahead. If you created a fork, say, called the Snow Chain, right? And people have to research what is that, you know. But if you created a fork off the Bitcoin chain, say, for example, Super Bitcoin, people have something to relate it to. It's got that tangible brand that people can associate with. And so it might make it easier for them to get a running start out of the gate. But it really just creates confusion, and in my opinion, it will just not be anything sustainable over the long term. So check this out. I will leave an article in the description box below. But as you can see here, Bitcoin Cash, a true fork of Bitcoin with larger blocks. While the developers increased the block size, they did not benefit monetarily from the creation of Bitcoin Cash. However, other forks, such as Bitcoin Cash, are doing just that. And it's this whole idea of pre-mining. Now, you might see this happen forever. Bitcoin Platinum, Bitcoin Diamond is apparently coming. It's just going to muddy the waters, in my opinion, with Bitcoin, and that's really why I press with Bitcoin Cash, and I really am a firm believer, because the intentions weren't profit-based. Over long term, the holders will gain profits, sure, and users will benefit, but it's really the idea there was to maintain that original vision of the white paper that Satoshi had created. And that's why I support Bitcoin Cash, because it's practical and it still holds true to those values. So I'll leave some links in the description box below. And if you wanted to investigate about this, because sometimes, new ICOs will come out. I know the other day we were talking about the ATM chain that took the #1 spot here. And as you can see, you can call it a pump and dump, you can call it whatever you want, but over time we will start to see coins that come out that might have potential. And I'll just kind of run through this. So for example, we saw this the number one gainer. I think it had over 100% gains in just a few hours, and of course now it's back to their where it was before, and probably even falling. This is not financial advice, but I just want to give you some perspective on what I would do. Now, for example, say we looked at this and we look at, say, where the money's coming from. What I do is I check out the markets. Where can you pick this chain up? Where can you buy this? Now, right now, currently number one, Ether Delta. The volume is only $60,000 over the past 24 hours. So, this could be one person. You have to really look to see where the money's coming from, how much money is being put in here, and is it sustainable. That's the number one thing I look at too, to see, okay, how old is this chain? What's going on here currently in the market? And otherwise, you can also look to see what's trading. Well, number one, it's Ether. Ether's being traded for the ATM coin or token, then BCT. So it's really just other tokens that are going into this. Now, if you look at the website, that's the next thing you can see what's going on. Who are these people? What are they promoting? And what's their actual project about? Right? And that should be really where you start. But if you don't know what's going on with the project, it really takes some time to investigate to see what's going on. Now, first of all, we can see that this looks like a small website. There's not too much information here. Let's just kind of delve in here. But what I would do, I'm not going to go into and review the ATM chain. I'm just kind of giving you an outlook on how you can get started if there's not much information available. Now, say for example there wasn't much here, it was pretty vague, it might sound kind of fishy. Not saying anything negative or positive about ATM chain, this is just an example here. Let's go online, Crypto Kid here on YouTube. Let's type in the ATM chain. Okay, now I would hit YouTube up to see. So here we go, we got 20 views here, 2 weeks old. This one looks pretty relevant, it's only 4 minutes long. So what I would do then is I would see how much more information I can get. Seems like this is just kind of going off the website and reading. But again, once I was able to find a bit more information, I might say, okay, you know what, this sounds appealing to me, or you know what, no, this just sounds like something that's trying to get off the ground and really isn't appealing. And the more and more research you do, of course you're going to become better informed. And I'll tell you, there is a lot of these opportunities that will just fail. I mean, Vitalik Buterin came out recently and said 90% of these or more will obviously fail. And that is, again, just his opinion, because nobody really knows. This is unprecedented. But things like NAGA token sales, I support them because I've done a lot of research into them. Now, I'm not saying that this will take off. You have to do your own research if it's something you want to invest in. But the reason I felt that this was a project that appealed to me is because of the added research I did and other individuals that are involved with it that I relate to and feel that they have a similar outlook on financial market and other aspects. So again, I guess the message, that the main takeaway here is really do your research, because you are responsible for your wealth and no one else, and it's really up to you to make those calls. So hopefully this stuff helps, and I will continue to keep an eye open for other research. Another way to keep in touch is follow me on Twitter, because that's kind of where I put out everything throughout the day if you don't want to wait for those daily videos in the mornings. At least in Canada here is where they come out from. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's it for today. Check out those links in the description box, and we will see you in the next one.